Hey, I'm Wolverine and welcome to the One Man Band. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to play the X-Men theme song on guitar. And a few things worth noting. First, it's going to be in the key of C minor. Second, the time signature is going to be 4/4. And third, it's going to be 120 beats per minute. But let's go ahead and get on with the tutorial. For the intro, we're going to come in on the second measure, and all we're going to be doing is playing a C to start. We're going to do 8 palm muted eighth notes, and the 8 is going to be on the low E. Then from there, the third measure, more eighth notes. This time, we're going to do 1 open C5 power chord. Then we're going to do 3 palm muted C5 power chords, where the 8 is going to be on the E, the 10 is going to be on the A. Then we're going to do 2 more palm muted C3 power chords. We're going to have the 8 on the low E, and we're going to have the 6 on the A. And then lastly, we're going to do 1 palm muted C4 power chord. We're going to do the 8 on the low E, and the E on the A. And then we're going to go back to the palm muted C3 power chord. And then the fourth measure, we're doing 4 more eighth notes and 1 quarter note. We're doing 4 palm muted C5s, where we have the 8 on the low E and the 10 on the A, and then we do 1 pinch harmonic on the E flat, which is going to be the 6 on the A. And here's what it sounds like to speed. Next, we have the main melody. For the main melody, we're doing a C minor arpeggio. We do 4 16th notes, 1 quarter note, 1 eighth note, and 1 dotted quarter note. For the first part, we're going to do a C, an E flat, a G, E flat, D, C, and a G. To play it, we want to hit the 8th fret on the low E string. Then we're going to do a 6 on the A. We're going to do a 5 on the D. We're going to do an 8 on the G. We're going to do a 7 on the G. We're going to do a 5 on the G. And then we're going to do a 5 on the D. Then the second part is basically the same thing, only the last note changes. We're doing a C, E flat, G, E flat, D, C, A flat. And the way it's going to be played, we have an 8 on the low E, a 6 on the A, a 5 on the D, an 8 on the G, a 7 on the G, a 5 on the G, and then a 6 on the D. And then the third time around, just one more minor change. We're doing C, E flat, G, E flat, D, C, E flat. We're going to do an 8 on the low E, a 6 on the A, a 5 on the D, an 8 on the G, a 7 on the G, a 5 on the G, and then an 8 on the G. And then for the last part, we're going to do a D, C, and then we're going to slide from a G to a C. We're doing 2 eighth notes and 2 quarter notes. The way it's going to be played, we have a 7 on the G as an eighth note. We have a 5 on the G as an eighth note. Then we're going to move up to the D string and play a 5 for a quarter note. And then we're going to slide to the 10 on the D note for a quarter. And then the second part of the melody is the same thing, only we're playing it 2.5 steps higher. So we're going to move up 5 frets to the 13th fret. We're doing F, A flat, C, A flat, G, F, and C. We're going to do that by playing the 13 on the low E. Then we're going to do 11 on the A, 10 10 on the D. We're going to do a 13 on the G, 12 on the G, 10 on the G, and then a 10 on the D. Then the next part is the same thing, just the last note changes. We're doing an F, A flat C, A flat G, F, B. We're doing 13 on the low E, 11 on the A, 10 on the D, 13 on the G, 12 on the G, 10 on the G, and then 11 on the D. And then for the third part, we're going back to where we started. We're doing C, E flat G, E flat D, C, E flat. We're going to go back to the 8 on the low E, 6 on the A, 5 on the D, 8 on the G, 7 on the G, 5 on the G, and then 8 on the G. And then we're going to finish that off with a D and a C, both eighth notes. For the D, we're playing a 7 on the G string, and the C is going to be a 5 on the G string. And here it is to speed. The next part of the song is going to be the 8th note triplet section. These are all going to be played on the D string. The first part we have 4 times through. We're going to be playing an A flat, a G, and an F, all on the D string. We have the 6 on the D, a 5 on the D, and a 3 on the D. You're going to repeat that 4 times, then you're going to move up and play another 4 times, B flat, A flat, and G. Again, all on the D. We're doing 8 on the D string, 6 on the D, and 5 on the D. Play that 4 times, and then we're going to move up a couple more frets, and we're going to do 3 turns of C, B flat, and A flat, all on the D string. We got 10 on the D, 8 on the D, and 6 on the D. We're going to play that 3 times, and then on the last set of triplets, we're doing a G, a B flat, and an A flat. For the G, we're going to do a 5 on the D string, then we're going to do an 8 on the D string, and then we're going to go ahead and play a 13 on the G. Then from here, what we're going to do is play 12 on the G. The 12 on the G is going to be a dotted quarter note, and for it, we're going to do an 8th note rest, and then we're going to do a quarter note pinch harmonic. For the pinch harmonic, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and play a 7 on the G. And then we're going to go back to the melody and repeat it one more time. But first, here it's played at full speed. The closing riff to the song, we're going to repeat the 3rd round of the main melody to close it out. We're doing 4 16th notes, 1 quarter note, 1 8th note, 1 dotted 8th note, 1 quarter note, and 1 8th note. The way it's going to be played is we're going C, E flat, G, E flat, D, C, E flat, G, C. The way we're going to play it is we're going to play an 8 on the low E, a 6 on the A, a 5 on the D, and an 8 on the G. Those are all 16th notes. Then we have a quarter note, a 7 on the G, a 5 on the G, that's going to be an 8th note. Then we have an 8 on the G, which is a dotted 8th note, a 5 on the D, that's a quarter note, and then a 5 on the G, that's an 8th note. And that's the song, but here it is played to speed. And now that we know all the pieces, you can go ahead and play the X-Men theme song. But first, if you want to check out the full cover with drums and bass and keyboards as well, check out my cover from last week in this video right up over here over my head. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and play the full theme song to speed.